From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for July 6th, 2016. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the AUDUSD and the NZDUSD for today's trade analysis. But first, I want to recap one of the trade suggestions made over the past couple of days. We started here with the USDCHF. Since the beginning of the week, we've been seeing a rise. The bulls taking a hold of this currency pair, and a boost for the US dollars that's continued to push from the support lows, now pushing back into resistance highs. As it began rising, we were looking for the breakout above what was a resistance, which is now going to be a support. Let's go ahead and take it on down to the 4-hour time frame here on the US franc. And here's what we were looking at yesterday. We saw yesterday the market hit down here at the blue shaded area and found support. So that was good news for us. And then it started making its way higher and pushing above the yellow zone. Yesterday in the trade room, I noted that if it opened and closed and broke out above the yellow shaded area and the 97.55 or so level, we'd be looking for a buy scenario heading back towards the orange shaded area. So that's what happened. It opened and closed above there. We had an opportunity to go long right around the 97.60 level. You can see the trade going down at the very bottom of the chart, and currently sitting about 28 pips of profit locked in. Can't lose on the trade. Next thing we're looking for this trade is the breakout above the orange shaded area in a similar fashion. So right now our current support is back here at the yellow shaded area. We need it to break above the orange zone and continue the upward pressure, the bullish pressure that we're seeing right now for the US franc. If it continues to find resistance and for whatever reason the market turns back around, we'll look for it back down at the yellow zone, which will take us out at our stop loss at break even, but of course that's what you would expect. And then back under the yellow zone. Could even take a turn back down towards the blue shaded area. If it continues to rise through the orange zone, our next target would be all the way back up here into the 98.65-85 level, the purple shaded area that sits all the way at the top of the chart now. So we know what to look for. Breakout above the orange zone, continue to the purple zone for our current trade. Protecting profit, of course, you could close some of the profit now that would touch the orange shaded area. If you're not in a buy and want to buy it, I think you need it to go down to the yellow zone or break through the orange zone before you would look for a new buy scenario for the US franc. Okay, let's move on over to the AUD-USD and the NZD-USD for today's trade analysis. Both of these currency pairs have found resistance, and I'll just put a quick trend line right about right here. You can see this trend line. In fact, I'm going to change the color of it to make it easier to see here. Let's make it this black trend line. You can see this trend line where we've now found resistance a couple of times into or right around that orange shaded area. So those two resistance levels give us somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern here for the Australian dollar. Looking for shorts off of that pattern will be our next opportunities. Break through support or rally back into resistance. Take a look at that orange shaded area just at the right hand side of the black trend line. We saw the market challenge above it, couldn't sustain the hold, and now we're back underneath it. So for the day today, as long as it stays underneath that orange zone, I think we're looking for opportunities to go short. I've currently put a sell right at 74.70, a pending order right at 74.70 to take us in if it does indeed fall off of this orange zone. Of course, our risk is the break back above the orange zone. Would look for it to begin heading back higher again. Of course, the target now will be the blue zone. This will make even more sense when we get down to the 4-hour time frame, and you can see the market challenged up here close to the pink zone, broke back underneath the orange zone, now finding resistance there at the 74.70 level. So once again, I'm looking for it to hold resistance here. The risk is that it breaks above the orange zone, targeting the blue zone. Of course, a break underneath the blue zone continues the potential reversal back down here towards the purple zone at the very bottom of the chart. Each one of these zones has some price values associated with it. 7,500 to 74.70 is your orange shaded area. 74.10, 73.80 is the blue zone, and of course all the way back down at the purple zone is closer towards the 7,300 level. So for the day today, I'm looking for sells into the orange zone, targeting the blue zone or the purple zone. The risk is a break back above the orange shaded area. Of course, a bonus for this would be if oil prices continue to pressure lower as they did yesterday and breaks through their support levels. Let's just take a quick peek at that. You can see here's the US oil chart. We're challenging the support. If it breaks this purple zone, we'll call it 46.25 or so, 46.30. If it breaks that, we could be looking for much lower for oil prices. Back over here to the UK oil chart, we're already seeing it push through 47.75. If it can sustain a hold underneath that blue zone, we'll look for a push much further back down towards 45 or so, or even into the 44s, which all of that would be a bonus for going short here for the Australian dollar. Moving on over to the NZDUSD, similar scenario that we were just looking at on the Australian dollar, except for the fact that this one's all the way up here at the top of the trend. You can see somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern developing here as well. You can see the left hand side, the middle, the right hand side. So breaking through support will be our main focus here for the New Zealand dollar. Take it down to the 4-hour time frame. We saw it break through the blue zone yesterday, push lower to the yellow zone. We've broken through this yellow zone now, open and close, rallied back into it. So for the day today, pretty low risk opportunity. Selling into the 71.10, 71.15 level. I have my pending order at 71.15, just inside that yellow shaded area. The risk, of course, is that it breaks back above the yellow shaded area and starts working its way back higher again. So again, your stop loss somewhere just above, and let me just put a line here, somewhere just above here, just to give you a good opportunity to get out of it if the market breaks through that yellow zone. So we don't want it to break through 71.30. We want it to stay underneath 71.30, top of the yellow zone, and start working its way back down to lower levels. The purple shaded area first. Of course, a break through the purple shaded area. We're looking at the orange zone at the very bottom, all the way down into the 69.80 as your potential target. So again, both the Aussie and New Zealand have opportunities to go short into resistance on the current falls that we're seeing. And of course, a boost for that would be the continued fall of oil prices today for the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.